Hello and welcome to the AllMadeUp podcast with me, Harry Sticchini.
Me, Lewis Coleman.
And me, Ben Hart.
The show where each week a guest joins us in the writer's room to create a story like you and we have never heard before.
Not quite knowing what's around the corner or what we'll find along the way, as this podcast is exactly what it says on the tin.
It's all made up.
Bang,
Oh,
bang,
wow.
bang. That
Poetry.
Was, good.
Smashed it.
I'll be doing adverts soon.
I reckon so, mate.
Yeah.
Because, you'll be doing them on this podcast. Now.
No win, no win, no fee.
I said you buy one.
Imagine that. Imagine if we were a podcast that was sponsored by like a law firm.
I'd love that. Yeah. Enjoy lawyers for you.
That'd be superb.
Anyone listening?
But for those that are watching and listening, you might have noticed that Ben wasn't with us on a recent episode as he was away at Glasgow. So we're buzzing to have him back.
Oh,
and
I'm glad to be back, mate. Yeah, I really did actually miss recording last week. Obviously, I was.
I'm sure
You wasn't here.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
What were you doing at 7 o'clock last Monday?
I was asleep in a car on the way back. It took so long to get off site.
Oh, right.
Yeah, see, there was a big bus crash outside Glastonbury, so nobody could get off site.
Oh.
And then, we were just, I was carrying Jack Ledo's bags, basically.
Right, like his caddy.
Yeah. Well, I got a ticket.
Jack Ledo, by the way, is the comedian who Ben went with to Glastonbury. And tell us some of the people who you went and saw there, Ben.
So, obviously, I watched all the headlines. Arctic Monkeys, watched Guns N' Roses. They were fantastic. Elton John, unbelievable.
Elton John looked so good on telly. Like,
it was like the perfect set. Like, there was no like feedback. Like, no,
what was your favourite song you did?
Oh, do you know? I actually because of the atmosphere, and this is going to sound really. Can I say wanky?
No, people say all sorts in this podcast.
Yeah. Are you ready for love? He sang that, and it was just going down.
Are you ready?
Yeah, it was just all the people in the crowd were singing it. It was just like beautiful.
It was a banger, that tune. It came out, I think it was like
1979.
It was.
Are You Ready came out?
Yeah,
early.
1979.
Yeah, well,
right.
Fatboy Slim remixed it. That's why.
Right.
But no, it was just beautiful. And I really quite liked Don't Let the Tongue Go Down on Me because it reminded me of George.
Ultimate, yeah.
I was hoping he was going to ask me to do he was going to be George and I was going to be him.
Did you? I was watching it on telly, and I think it was Brandon Flowers who came out to sing it with him.
Sick.
Yeah, right. But when he came out, I don't know if have you seen the clip?
No, I'm not.
Right.
I've not seen.
You must have seen him on the screen as well.
Sorry, I'm there, mate. I was there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Second row. Brandon.
Yeah, I was him. I was Brandon. Yeah.
But I was watching it, and Bethan said to me, she said, he looks like a game show host from a dystopian American future.
Yeah.
As soon as she said it, I was like, that is fucking spot on.
Yeah,
Because he was like, he looked like, do you know when the guy puts the mask on, but the baddie in the mask?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
right,
looked
yeah.
like him. He looked odd.
Yeah. No, he was amazing though, wasn't he?
Elton John performed at Lee Sports Village a few years back.
Did he?
Yeah, performed here. Him and Lionel Richie have blessed the Lee Arena.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought that, would you? But they have, because Lee's a big town and we love it here.
One day it'll be a city, mate. Because of this podcast.
One day we'll have a train station, I promise.
It does need a train station, definitely.
It did. It used to have one. Not
wasn't
anymore.
just the big bands though. There's other bands like obviously you told me to watch the
Lottery Winners.
and they were fantastic. And they're in this studio.
They're
Not
in the mill.
studio with us, but in this.
Yeah. They have a unit in the mill, and they'll be getting on this podcast at some point.
Absolutely, they were fantastic. Like the lead singer was so charismatic. Like and obviously the bass player, she was fantastic. They're all good singers. Like,
Yeah.
but they were just had so many good qualities about
Yeah,
them.
they've just got a good energy, haven't they? Good energy, good vibes.
Did I heard that Fred Again's set was very good.
Well, I watched it. Yeah, so I'm obviously you're into sort of the clubbing and drug taking, aren't you?
Yeah, taking ease. He loves ease, doesn't he?
it was amazing. Yeah, he started off, and I'm not cool really. I didn't really know who he was. I actually thought it was Fred the rapper. I was like, I didn't realise he looked like that.
I thought I'd go Fred in midfield.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, it's nothing like him.
I didn't know he was a singer.
Yeah.
And he came out and he put these messages on stage, and I was like, I didn't realise he couldn't talk. And then he started talking, and I was like, I've just been conned.
Wow.
And then, but no, who else was there? So it was like, nice to watch. Everywhere there's a stage. Like everywhere you walk, there's like someone performing. Or
It's a festival though.
no, but to an extent of like every bar's got someone singing.
Oh, right.
It, like
You just want a bit of peace and quiet. It's just like, please.
You turn that down.
amazing. Yeah, and I met obviously as a band I watched called Oh My God It's the Church. They were fantastic. Like I said, it was like a Las Vegas show,
Right.
but within like an hour, it was just you had to watch it to understand it. Really, it was just great. And then obviously I met some really cool people.
Mel C.
Mel C, yeah.
The coolest.
Like I said, I asked her on the pod, but she said she'd look at her availability, which is nice of her.
Nice.
I'll be following up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we'll have to wait on Mel B and see if she can get in.
Well, it'd fit the Spice Girls in there, I reckon.
Easy.
And then Emmanuel Sanubi, I spent most of the weekend with him. He was such a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Really, really funny as well.
Mountain of a man.
Oh, me and him together, we look like a weird crime fighting team.
Yeah.
I kept telling people when I was drunk, I was like, I'm the muscle.
For those that don't understand why that is funny, is Emmanuel Sanubi.
He's about 6'4".
Yeah, he's like a building with arms.
He's built like a brick shit house.
Yeah,
like,
he is. He's a big guy.
Yeah, I look like the caterpillar for A Bug's Life. But, and obviously, I thought that was hilarious every time. I was like, I'm the muscle. Everyone was just going, Megan, no, it's not funny. It's still not funny.
Mel C's going, leave me alone.
Yeah.
I'm not coming on your pod.
What are you doing in my bell tent?
What are you doing in my
I was just following up with that booking.
Did you sleep in a... did you have to take your own tent?
Yeah, me and Jack took our own tent, yeah. It was very much... You could tell the difference between us and everybody else.
Oh, right.
Everyone was in like big bell tents. Me and Jack were in my dad's.
So like Emmanuel was in a big bell tent?
Yeah, but I think he's got his own, because he's got his own. Brett's got his own as well.
Right, so like they took their own big bell tents.
Yeah.
I like how you keep saying bell tent. It's just a good word.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, they look like teepees, but they're,
shaped like a bell.
Yeah.
I'll just get the
big
official name, that's all. I don't want people at home being...
Big what?
Like glands, like a bell end. You know what I mean?
You make it worse.
Gland.
Big gland,
Right. Enough about Glastonbury for 1 second. Tell them about the giveaway that we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Before we run out of time.
Yeah. So if you aren't already following us on Instagram, please do that.
You're going to love this.
Now, because this giveaway is purely for Instagram and Instagram only. Where is the mug?
It's for you.
Yeah, Lewis has moved it.
It's here.
We are giving away 10 of these bad boys, okay? They've got 3 of our mugs on it, and it comes on 1 mug, and that is a great deal for all you mugs. I smashed that, right? The idea we're going to do is we are going to share a post as this artwork on our Instagram, and to get involved, all you need to do is, because I've completely forgot, is tag a friend in the post that you think's going to enjoy the podcast, and then give us a follow on Insta. And you'll be going, all your names are going to a hat, and we'll draw out the winner. If you want a double entry, if you want to double your chances of winning one of these bad boys,
which you will want to do,
you will 100% you'll want to do. You need to tag a friend, follow the pod, and then give it a share on your Insta.
I like how you was banging on the table all the way through it, so listeners can just get that bass thumping in their ears.
It shows authority.
Yeah, impact. It was impactful.
It is impactful.
I'm gutted I can't win one, to be honest. That's my biggest thing.
I
might have to start following the pod.
Imagine if after this, both of you followed the pod. You're not backing it. But that's how you can get involved. So tag a friend that you think's going to enjoy it, give us a follow, and then share it on your Insta. We'll put all the names into a hat, we'll draw them out, and 10 lucky winners will get these. We just want to caveat that with, if you are watching or listening to this overseas, don't take the piss. Right? Because if you're in Papua New Guinea and you think you're getting a mug,
we'll cover postage to a certain extent.
You'll have to come and get it.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll leave
collection
it here
only.
Yeah, well, because we've gone international, like I said a while ago. We've got Singapore, United Arab Emirates, Brazil, France, Australia, America. The list goes on.
America's growing a lot, as well as noticed.
Yeah.
Just the country itself is growing.
Which country do we want to conquer next?
I think we should lay off that sort of rhetoric, Harry.
Do you reckon?
Historically, I think we've got a couple of issues there. Eventually, a lot of them.
I reckon. I don't know.
I think what we should be conquering is this next podcast with Adam Staunton, who is our guest for today.
He is our guest for today. Look at that, what a link. And he's a proper little dictator, right? Adam Staunton is our guest, as Lewis mentioned. He is a comedian from Liverpool, part of the Hot Water guys. You might have seen his clips online. He's had a few that have gone absolutely crackers and viral. So if you go and check out the Hot Water page, you'll see him on there. Adam has also got some really wild social media clips which he puts out. Lewis showed me one earlier, which if you want to maybe inform.
Well, yeah, I've never met Adam in the flesh, but I've seen his presence online just through his videos going viral. And there was one he did lately on the Mild High podcast where he does a rap about being in his 30s, or / poetry, I'd say, but it is very, very funny. So if you want to find that, go on Mild High Podcast's Instagram and, enjoy it.
But yeah, buzzing to have him on.
Have you gigged with Adam before?
I have gigged with him before. I've known Adam for a while.
What was the last gig you did with Adam?
It was La Fienda, and he was doing new material, and it wasn't the time you were there, and had a really good gig, and then I went on and had a lukewarm
He always mentions that, doesn't he?
do you know why though? Because as soon as I went La Fienda, he looked at me and went,
yeah.
and the camera's not picking that up.
Yeah.
It's in your head.
having a good time, doesn't he?
No, it's fine.
That's it.
honestly.
Anytime.
It's fine.
Oh, Lewis, come and support me doing my gig, and then just like gives me the cold shoulder after it. 'Cause
I never give you the cold shoulder, mate. I didn't. Honestly,
People like chanting, Coleman,
Coleman.
Coleman.
Clapped him off. I didn't do a Ronaldo and leave just 2 minutes before it finished.
It was halfway through his set when you clapped him off, Harry.
Fucking.
Flashing me with his torch at the back there. You've done your time, Lewis, now, pal. I've only done 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So it needs that, lad.
It was a good performance you put in.
We all do good performances. Let's hope we all have a stormer today.
Yeah.
Stormer with Staunton.
Oh, that's a great line. So yeah, this is
All Made Up with Adam Staunton.
Enjoy.
It's all made up again. It's all made up again. It's all made up again. It's all made up again.
And we're back with the brilliant Adam Staunton.
That sounded so fucking fake.
Oh, mate,
With the supposedly brilliant Adam Staunton.
I usually use the word fantastic with every guest that we've had on, and I'm trying to diversify.
He shut you down there, didn't he? Just trying a new word.
Hang on, let's try it again. Here we are with a massive cunt. Right?
How you doing, mate?
How you doing, mate? You okay?
I'm great. Thanks.
Yeah.
How are yous?
Good, yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Harry's fuming because we've done this intro 3 times now, and he just can't deal with the slurping of the drinks.
I feel like I've had a job interview. Lower down than yous, and there's 3 of yous all facing me.
That's the way it's a power dynamic.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I like
We
it.
intimidate our guests. That's what we do.
this
Yeah,
is good.
Get them in line.
More
Defender.
podcasts need to be horrible to the guests. They're all lovely to the guests.
Yeah.
There needs to be one where it's just like, right, who the fuck are you?
We'll try that next
What
week.
do you want?
Well, I was just gonna say, what are you doing the maths on
Why
there?
are you wearing the same thing on your shirts?
Oh,
Well, do you know what? That's just that you've just mentioned our sponsor for the podcast.
Oh, is that what it is?
So yeah,
That sounds
my mate
so
Ali,
forced.
my mate Ali runs this.
Right.
It's a streetwear brand in Liverpool called No Mind. He lives like Old Swan way. Nice lad, Ali. But yeah, he sorted us out t-shirts for the pod, and he's sponsoring us.
Cool.
I spilled
Nice
some
stuff.
Soup on mine earlier.
Yeah.
But the camera's out that close.
You know what? I had it on, and someone said to me, "Is it a mental health charity?" Initially, and I was like,
It seemed like
"No,
that.
no. It's more a streetwear brand." You know what I mean? It's like,
I think when there's 3 of us wearing it as well, it would be
Yeah.
that charity type of
Well,
feel.
I was thinking that or like cult.
Yeah.
Colts.
Well, you're not leaving
No,
tonight, mate.
Yeah, you're not leaving until you
All the other
join
guests
No
will be
Mind.
down
Yeah.
But yeah, you're the first guest to notice that.
Yeah.
Perceptive.
Well, they're nice shirts.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, if you want to use All Made Up as a discount code, you'll get 10%.
Sweet.
And if you're listening and watching, you'll get that as well, because it is nice stuff.
Hey, we've got merch as well soon.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yous have got cups.
Yeah.
We have got cups.
Yeah.
Very nice, which we are giving away.
We are giving away.
'Cause you can't sell them.
Everything that you're saying seems like you're teeing us up
Yeah.
for like either a sponsor or a
Got some
giveaway.
notes there, yeah. Say this.
So, Harry, you've got a tour coming up soon,
Yeah.
haven't you?
Yeah. There's no tickets to give away for that. Thank you.
What I wanted to ask, I've not been able to get it out of my head. I'm a man over 30. I'm not dirty. That line has been looping in my head for ages. So for the listener viewer, that's would you say rap or poem or song that you put
I
out?
guess it's a rap, but it sounds dead cringe because I'm just a little white guy. But
Eminem,
yeah, I
that's
guess
how
it's
Eminem
a
started
rap.
off.
Yeah, I guess so. But but he's Eminem, isn't he?
Yeah, but you could be him.
Yeah, I could,
Yeah.
but I won't.
Did you? So just for the clarity, for anyone listening and watching, the rap we're talking about, Adam did on the talent show of Mild High, didn't you?
Yeah.
Was it specifically for that you penned it? Right, okay.
Because they said you can just get up and do anything. And I thought, I've always kind of wanted to do like a little... Because I used to do it when I was younger. Me and my mates used to like give ourselves little names, and we used to have forums that we used to write raps and post them on and stuff like that. And then we'd simulate beef. Like we'd message each other and say, oh, let's pretend that we're beefing. And then we'd make diss tracks against each other and put them on this website. And my mate was Renegade and I was Insomniac.
That is...
And it's as cringy and edgy and 14 years old as you can imagine. But
Are they still there?
Insomniac.
Oh, no. It went the way of the Manchester Comedy Forum. Now it's just lost to the annals of time.
What was
So go on, Eric.
I was just going to say, like, Insomniac was your rap name, right? What would your rap name be, and what would your rap name be?
Lewis Coolman. You know what I mean?
Lewis Coolman.
Instead of
What
Coleman.
about like Berry Bad Boy?
Very bad. Yeah, it's got a B to it as well. It's like, you know what I mean?
And I've got a stutter, so it really helps.
Really? You've got a stutter?
Yeah.
You've not stuttered once since
Well,
then.
I'm nervous usually. These lads don't make me nervous anymore.
Oh, that's
so.
cool.
Yeah. When we first met him, it took him 20 minutes to say hello.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He was stood there like, fucking what?
Yeah.
Hurry
Oh
up.
my God, these
What?
bars are
Yeah, when I say stutter, it's not like Gareth Gates level. Like it's not.
Yeah.
So, you know, like autism is a spectrum. Is stuttering a spectrum? Where you
there's
can be
levels of-
severely stuttering.
Yeah,
you
there's
can
levels,
be
and like it
mildly-
depends obviously when I'm nervous and stuff. Like
I've never noticed him stutter, but that's a good thing.
no, yeah, there's ways around it. Sometimes when I mumble, for example, I'm just trying to get away from stuttering. But these just always pick up on it. So
Vocal tics like that, like stuttering and lisps, I always find them fascinating.
yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I used to do a lot of singing. Went to drama school as well. I never used to stutter when I was singing either. Or yeah, when I'm on stage, I rarely stutter. It's just when I'm talking to people usually.
I knew a promoter, and he said he had Tourette's.
Yeah.
His name was Noel something, and he did look a bit like that Australian guy in the video.
He ran the comedy cafe.
Yeah.
His name was Noel
something.
No, not Fielding. But
No.
yeah, I met him. He was from New York,
Yeah.
and he wore a trilby.
Yeah.
And he was
cool as fuck.
Yeah.
And he had this incredibly like dramatic Tourette's thing. And he told me that singing and doing comedy and stuff like that and acting, because he did acting, that's the only way that it never went, because he knew what he had to say, because it was a
You
script.
focus on what you're saying. You don't have to worry about what the
Didn't
next
have to
word
worry
is.
about what was coming out. But I suppose with stutterers, when you don't know what you're going to say next,
You can't prepare for it. Yeah, or
you can't
you
prepare
take
for
a
it,
breath.
so then you have to like mumble.
I think we should get cracking.
Yeah.
You're
because
going to get
this-
stressed otherwise.
Yeah.
Right, so this is All Made Up with Adam Staunton.
Let's do it.
It's all made up, baby.
And we're back in the room. Right, so Adam, welcome to the All Made Up podcast. So you might have seen already, but I'll go over the sort of rules for the pod, as it
Yeah.
were. So in front of you, you've got a couple of pots with different sentences in them. We're going to use them along this sort of journey to build a story. But for every story that we do build, we need a character. So we're going to design a character together, but you're going to be the lead writer in this writer's room, okay? So what would you like today's character to be called?
Tommy Pickles.
Tommy Pickles.
Tommy P.
Is Tommy Pickles the Rugrats Tommy Pickles?
Yes.
I like that a lot. Right, so Tommy Pickles, how old's Tommy now?
41.
Kids?
Yes.
How many?
3. He only sees 2.
Right, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he's still with the mother of these children?
No.
Oh, no, right.
He's a single man now.
Divorcee.
Divorcee.
Right.
Yeah.
Recent.
Recent. Recent divorcee, but it ended so badly that he's like, I immediately want to be with someone else.
Okay.
So he's
Ra-
straight away he's back on Tinder and that.
Okay, so there was obviously something which caused the divorce.
Yeah.
Right, okay. We don't need to know
Something
that just yet.
And are all the 3 kids from the same mother? Or are they?
The 2 that he sees are from the same one. The one who he doesn't see is from a very early relationship.
Okay.
Right.
So it's an older child.
Older
So how
child.
old are the kids then, just to get a feel?
I reckon the 2 he sees are teenagers, so like 13, 14.
Yeah, anything with a teen on. Yeah.
And the one that he doesn't see, he's 25.
Okay.
25, right, so he had him...
So he's
20.
15,
Was it-
15
but-
when I had him.
Yeah.
15, 16, yeah.
Yeah. Was he, is it like boys, girls, these kids?
All boys.
All boys, right. Okay, so loads of brothers. Whereabouts is Tommy Pickles from?
Hereford?
Hereford.
All right. Do you know that is the home of the SAS?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, let's not make it there then.
It's like right down south on like the Welsh border.
Cool.
I've gigged there, and it is home of the SAS. Yeah.
Were you gigging on the SAS base?
I can't tell you, mate. I'd have to kill you. But let me just
So
tell you.
went.
I've told these lads.
That's all right. I heard
that
about
was
that.
better than the joke I was going to make, so I'll give you that.
Right, so he's from Hereford and still lives there.
Yeah.
Is a Hereford boy.
Is he ex-military?
No, he wanted to.
Ooh,
Right, okay,
nice.
so he had
Turned him
aspirations.
down.
Right.
Oh.
Is there a reason why?
Club foot.
Club foot.
right.
What is that? What is club
It's
foot?
a belter of a song.
It's,
Yeah, it's Kasabian. he just kept playing it.
I don't know what club foot is. Is it like a larger foot?
No, I wouldn't say it's larger. It bends more.
Okay.
But he's basically got a disability.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he can't march.
Yeah.
The place where he's living now, house, flat, Apartment.
He's living in a house which used to belong to his parents. They've died. Now it's
Right.
his
Inheritance then.
inheritance.
Oh, okay.
But they've not bought it, so he's still paying rent.
Oh, right.
Alright,
So
okay.
he's renting his parents' house.
Renting his
Yeah.
parents'
Okay, nice.
And what's he do for a job?
Mechanic?
Nice.
Mechanic. Nice.
Trying to think of something you could do on your back so he doesn't need to be on his feet.
Yeah,
Maybe he uses his feet to hold the tools.
Yeah, that would be
you know
a good
what I mean?
one. Yeah, yeah.
Like he's managed to turn his club foot into a ratchet or something.
Yeah, yeah.
You make clubfoot sound like it's an asset, really. Like it's
It's a weapon.
yeah. He's
Anything.
more able than anything. Like,
That's why he should be in the military. Imagine the damage he could do with his club foot.
He holds a rag in it as he wipes his brow.
So, and he's good at his job. He enjoys it, or he doesn't.
Yeah, he's good at his job.
He's good at his
I
job.
think if it's a trade, you do kind of enjoy it, don't you?
yeah.
Because you've got to have a skill.
Right. So he's a skilled mechanic. Lives in Hereford, and you said he wanted to get back out on the dating scene.
Yeah, straight away.
straight after the divorce. And has he been on many dates? Has he sort of got a new lover? Has he got many lovers?
No, but he's optimistic.
Has he got money? Is it like his own mechanic's business, or does he work as a mechanic for?
No, he works for whichever the garage is. He's not a self-employed mechanic.
Let's put a name on this garage. What could the garage be?
Hereford Motors.
So imaginative.
Well, maybe we have to build a relationship with his actual boss. Because if there's a boss, I'm guessing if he works for someone, what could his boss be? What's his name? Boss's name?
Boss man.
Imaginative.
Is it like an older fella, or is it a younger woman? Like who is it?
No, he's a guy who's about the same age as him, same mid-40s. His name's Toby Carvery.
Toby Carvery.
Toby Carvery.
Right. And does he predate Carvery? And it was like they're using my name sort of thing.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but he's not that bothered about it.
He's not that bothered.
He kind of buzzes off the fact he's got the same
He's actually
name.
a veggie as well.
Yeah,
Well,
ironically, he's vegetarian.
And maybe he uses that. Like, he uses that for marketing purposes. So the garage is actually called Toby Carvery, but when they go, they're getting like the car done. You know what I mean? Because on
Toby
Google,
Cardon.
Toby car done.
That's the name of the place, Toby Cardon.
Toby Cardon. What an awful name for a business.
Come and get your Toby Cardon.
People are like, what's that
me,
even
Toby
mean?
Carvery,
What's that even mean?
You get vouchers when you come. You get 2 for 1 on Toby Carvery. That's like there's some sort of like
Unlimited
relationship.
refills on your oil.
Yeah.
And your gravy.
Is there a Toby Carvery in Hereford, though?
I don't know, mate.
Probably is one, yeah.
Yeah, the SAS eat there. Do you not know?
Yeah.
No, really?
Big eaters, them lads.
I can't tell you.
Yeah, that's what their rations consist of when they're behind enemy lines.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Roast
So
dinners.
just putting some like aspirations on this guy. He wanted to be in the military. Any particular branch of the military?
No, just the military.
Just any part of it.
Yeah, his dad was in the military.
Right.
So he wanted to follow in his dad's footsteps, but he couldn't, ironically, because of the club foot.
Oh, it's a bit of a shame that, really, isn't it? Really, because it's
And mum and dad passed away like recently. Was it? Did they pass away?
No, it's been a while.
It's been a while, right?
Enough time for him to like get over it. you
Right.
know?
Okay. So he's not carrying that round with him.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, they're on the mantelpiece.
Yeah, they're in ashes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okie doke. So what I'm
both ashed.
Yeah, my mum and dad, they're ashed. Imagine if that's how you said it. Yeah, they're ashed then. I got them ash years ago.
Ash catcher, mate.
We should start that saying.
Yeah.
They've been ashed.
Yeah. My mum and dad, yeah, sorry, yeah, they got ashed years ago, them too.
Oh, that's how like the TikTok generation would say it.
Yeah.
They say, parents have been ashed instead of cremated. You know what I mean? You've got to have replacement words for everything.
Yeah, it's triggering somebody else a bit.
Okay, right, so I feel like we've built a pretty decent picture of him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just before we sort of pick up our first sentence, is there anywhere he's sort of going next? So does he want a relationship, or does he want like romances?
Yeah, and he wants a relationship.
He wants a
He
relationship.
wants to fall in love again.
Right.
It,
So
ended, it ended really badly with his last, but that hasn't put him off love.
right.
He knows
Okay.
it's out there.
Okay.
He just wants to find
He's
it.
like a romantic. He wants to be happy. Like
He wants to be happy. He's not romantic. He's too thick to be romantic, but
Right.
he's
Okay.
got good intentions.
Too thick.
Yeah,
to
some
be
people can be
romantic.
too thick to be romantic.
Yeah, not buying flowers, just buy something.
A
horrible.
brick.
Yeah. He'd buy something like a kettle as a present, as a romantic present.
I'd
instead
love
of
that if
flowers.
someone bought me practical stuff.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. So before we find out what the reason was for the divorce, I think we pick a first sentence and we pick
Yeah.
our last sentence. So in the green pot there's a load of sentences. Where there's a blank, you're going to put in Tommy Pickles.
Right.
Okay, so pick any at random, any you like, and read it out.
Tommy Pickles did this weird thing with his dinner.
Right, okay.
Right.
So he does a weird thing with his dinner, and what we're going to do, we're going to find out the final sentence of this story. So the red pot.
The bouquet of flowers wasn't enough.
Oh,
That
they
couldn't
write
be,
themselves these
that
stories.
couldn't be any more
Anymore.
poetic because obviously he wasn't a very good gift buyer who just said he used to buy kettles instead of something
So it
romantic.
kind of implies he tried,
He tries at some
but
point.
it was too late.
Who knows, mate? Where we end up?
Yeah,
Right,
it
so
was too late.
I reckon just give us a refresher, one after the other. So Tommy Pickles did what?
Tommy Pickles did this weird thing with his dinner. The bouquet of flowers wasn't enough.
I've got an idea here. If he's doing, what weird thing is it he does with his dinner? Because if he's a single guy, maybe he's on a date, and it's not that his character, his personality is a letdown. It's what he's doing on his plate.
Right.
And they're like,
How he's eating his food,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well,
'Cause people have weird eating habits, don't they?
maybe that's why when he's on Tinder. So let's just think. Tommy Pickles goes on Tinder. What's on his bio?
can you
Okay.
tickle my pickle?
Can you? Right. Okay.
Can't
Can
use
you?
your bio, Harry.
What else? What else is on there?
I like can you tickle my pickle, but there's no way that'd be spelled properly. It'd be can Y-U tickle,
Yeah,
no
tickle
C.
Yeah, 2 Ks.
Pickle spelled with a Y.
Pickle, yeah.
So
My
he,
pickle.
educational wise, he struggles. He wasn't the best in school, I imagine.
Yeah, but also he's not asked about spell. Why would you care about spelling when you're a mechanic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're making money. Why would you care about
ML's
that?
easy to spell, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, fire me today, lads. I tell you, I'm going to have 2 weeks off more often.
Okay. So, can you tickle my pickle and what else? I think there's another little thing on there.
I imagine his dating profile to be like a full service history of a car and its layout. You know what I mean?
It
It's
would,
like
wouldn't it?
2
Yeah.
previous owners.
Yes,
Like that.
That's
That's funny. That's funny. That,
that's
yeah.
perfect.
Good
yeah.
mileage. Still got a few in the tank.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
definitely. Okay,
Couple
and
of-
that initial photo, it's him in his overalls, innit, showing off his tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, he's got tattoos.
He's got some tattoos.
What,
I think
like,
the
is
first
it-
one's him under the car.
Just
his legs.
poking out his
You
legs.
just see his legs.
Yeah. And then you swipe, and then it's his head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
What tattoo is he? Is he rocking like a lobster or?
Fuck off. You absolute rat.
Just for listeners, Harry's got a lobster tattoo on his arm.
Yeah, absolutely love my lobster. And this serpent over here.
In a mental health t-shirt as well, no
Yeah,
less.
yeah.
Wow. I just love it. So go on. What tats is he rocking?
It's got to be like, from like Led Zeppelin or something like that,
Yeah.
like one of their album covers. It'd be music based,
Right.
I reckon.
AC/DC Highway to Hereford.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right, okay, so we build a picture of his Tinder profile, and let's say he gets a match. We'll go through one of his dates. So he gets a match with a woman called
Claudia.
Claudia.
Yeah.
I like that. They've matched, and he said, I want to take you to a restaurant. What type of restaurant is he taking Claudia to?
Well, I don't know. I've never been to Hereford.
Yeah. Let's just go big
He's
chain.
furious, isn't
Something
he?
like
He's furious, man.
yeah, I'm about to walk off this fucking pod. No, why don't you go something?
Pulling his top down.
Yeah.
Call
So,
it in.
I'll tell you where you're not going to, mate. A lobster restaurant. All right. Why don't you put him in somewhere like a chain? I imagine if he's a mechanic, he's gonna have a bit of money, but he doesn't seem too cultured. So why don't we take him to Zizzi's? You know
That's
what
a
I
good
mean?
one.
That is like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine.
It's nice enough, yeah. It's nice.
Menus are laminated, and you think, nice.
Yeah.
Right,
The
so
dress
Tom-
code isn't too, extravagant. Yeah.
But he's not in his overalls. He has.
Oh no,
he's changed.
He's not an idiot. He'll
Yeah.
put a nice shirt on. You know what I mean? He'll put a nice shirt on and a pair of trousers. But yeah, treat Zizzi's, I reckon, first date.
Okay, so
Claudia.
he's took Claudia to Zizzi's. Indian restaurant Zizzi's, is it? Is
Italian.
it? Italian? I've never been. So Italian restaurant. What is he ordering? Is he going garlic bread? Is he going spaghetti bolognese, like something simple?
Yeah, spaghetti bolognese, I think. But I don't know. Would he have a starter?
I reckon he says to her, I'm not going to have a starter, I'm going to have a pudding.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's
And he
a
says,
main then
don't worry,
pudding guy.
it's not
isn't
you.
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he makes some joke about watching his weight. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm just going to have the 2 courses tonight. Yeah, I reckon spaghetti ball for main. And then for his dessert,
It's got to
he's
be.
just
Tiramisu, innit?
tiramisu, yeah.
I think that my spaghetti bolognese has got a lot of scope to be a weird way of eating it as
Yeah,
well.
you've got a lot of
Yeah.
options, haven't
Yeah.
you?
Well, to be messy as well. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
he's very messy with his food. Maybe that's the weird thing.
Maybe he eats it with his hands.
Eat spaghetti ball with his hands.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe there's something
Or
weirder though.
with a spoon.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it just keeps falling off, and he's like,
Yeah.
like drape. He puts it on the spoon and just puts his head below and opens his gob, and it just lands somewhat on his face.
Like a
Oh, he
bird.
doesn't even move the plate and he goes,
Face plants into it.
Right, so let's imagine it then. He's ordered his food. Claudia's ordered
Lasagna.
It's
lasagna.
with a side salad.
Yeah.
Lasagna, side salad, maybe a drink. Anyway, waiter brings it over. He's placed it down in front of both of them, both the meals. She starts tucking in.
He makes the noise of a car starting every time he's about to have a...
Yeah. Do you know what like, here comes the aeroplane?
Because he do that with his kids.
He does that with a car. And he's like,
Yeah.
putting the food in his own mouth.
And he changes gear when he gets into the plate.
And she's like, kind of just looking up from her.
No, I think at first...
And then he eats faster because he's in another gear.
Yeah, I think at first he does it and she sort of goes like, oh, that's quite funny. But then he does it with the second forkful and the third and the fourth.
Faster and faster.
Faster.
Yeah,
NOS, Need for Speed style.
Yeah.
I like that. So, and Claudia's obviously put off. Does she leave midway through? Does it get to a point?
No, she's polite enough to not leave. And also, she's polite enough to be like, if this guy's actually got something wrong with him, I don't want to like offend him by leaving. Do you know what I mean? She doesn't know at this point.
Right.
Is this just a weird thing he does, or has he got something wrong with him?
So Claudia's a nice lady. And
she's a nice person.
But not interested.
At this point, no. But he's still like, I think he's quite handsome. This guy, I think he's quite fit.
Oh, he's a looker.
I think he's quite a looker. Yeah,
Right.
I think he's a little bit weathered, but that kind of makes him more appealing.
He's
You
like
know?
a vintage
Like Jason
car.
Statham sort of look.
Yeah, that kind of
Yeah,
slightly like washed out, a couple of lines, you know, he's going grey, but he's still got that little sparkle in his eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What I reckon we do at this point, because we're in a restaurant, I think it's going pretty well. Let's say he's just finished his spaghetti bolognese. Claudia's sort of accepted it. A bit weird, but accepted it. I reckon we throw a prompt in there. So on the yellow cards, this is going to just take the story in a different direction. Or add a bit of flavour to it. So if you just want to, pop the brakes on that and let's do this prompt.
A plumber arrived and said, I need to start working now.
Okay. So they're in Zizzi.
It doesn't have to be straight away, by the way. It just has to be integrated in like next couple of minutes.
I like the idea of, say if like she's kind of put off by what he's doing eating wise, but thinks he is quite charming. So offers like, would you like to maybe go for a drink at mine? And then this is when this plumber appears.
Yeah. Well, he could do something to her toilet, which would then require the services of a plumber. You know what I mean? He's beating his spaghetti ball too fast.
What does the plumber say when he arrives?
I need to start working now. And now as an exclamation mark.
Like a plumber arriving and saying that. Like
He arrives, has a sniff and goes, I need to start working right now.
I invited you, pal.
Right, so let's build up to this a little bit because that is funny. Right, so they go back to Claudia's. She's obviously into this guy to sort of be doing this weird sort of thing with the car noises. Anyway, they go back to work.
I think he's explained that to her as like, oh, I used to do this with my kids when they were younger. You know? And now I just like to do it for myself. And she's like, oh, that's quite charming, I suppose. She's got kids as well, so she gets that.
Right.
And he's a looker as well, obviously.
And he's a looker, and he's a mechanic. He's fucking making dough.
But he's obviously rifling through the spaghetti bolognese at such speed.
And then the tiramisu afterwards, remember? He's doing the same thing with that.
As he's doing it at such speed, he'd be like, I should get a ticket. You know what I mean? He's like commenting on his own, like,
That's a great
oh,
one.
God, breaking the law over here.
Yeah. Well, did you see that flash?
Yeah. Finishes his plate and goes, that's 3 points on the license.
That's funny.
And by this point, she's like, just took her first forkful of lasagna. He's absolutely smashed through.
She's just finished a glass of water.
Yeah.
And he's immediately finished.
He finishes his meal and just pulls an imaginary handbrake on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When he wants to go back to something in the conversation, that's what he does. He goes, wait a minute. What was that? You know what I mean?
Starts doing that, puts his arm behind his chair and starts going, 1 second, what was that? Yeah.
If I was on a date with someone who did that, I'd love that person. I'd be like, you're so fun to be around. I like this guy.
But he also at the end, he also says, you enjoying that? He's a nice guy as well, you know what I mean? He's just like,
He's a nice guy.
The thing is, what we're getting is a nice guy.
Yeah.
So they go back to Claudia's. Claudia's rocking what type of house? Is it nice? Does she is she a divorcee as well? Like,
She's a divorcee as well. She lives in like a semi-detached, slightly better off than him because she's got divorce money.
Right. Okay.
Whereas he hasn't.
Right.
So.
Oh yeah, because remember he has been divorced, but we don't know what was the reason for it yet. Which I think might be a conversation that these two have now.
Yeah.
They're both divorcees. Oh, what happened?
Yeah, that would be a definite chat they'd have. Why did you get divorced?
Yeah.
Spot a red flag or something, maybe. Yeah, like.
He said, I was driving her crazy.
Right, so let's say that he's gone to Claudia. He's gone to Claudia. So, what happened?
With what?
The divorce. Like, talk me through it.
With
like,
whose? Claudia's or his?
Claudia's, yeah.
Claudia's. She was cheated on.
Oh.
Right.
And it would been going on for so long, like behind the scenes, that she couldn't forgive him. It wasn't like a one night stand.
Yeah.
It was like she found texts and stuff, and it went back like months and months.
Right.
So she was like, "No, this has got to end. There's no like
difficult.
compromise."
You know what I mean? Yeah, you can't. I would stick around.
A one-way street, if anything. You
Yeah, it is a one-way street.
You can't turn around.
And that was a while ago, was it, that happened, or was that also recent?
No, hers was a while ago.
Hers was a while ago,
It was a while ago, because it took her longer to get back into the dating scene because she had to heal.
Yeah, your confidence would be shot, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
after that
as well. Yeah. If you knew it had been going on for that long, you'd
you
be
never
like,
trust anybody because you trust this person for so long. Everybody out there struggling.
and then the first date you go on, you get a guy who just meals like,
Yeah.
And she's like,
Claudia.
I quite like you.
Yeah, you're a bit different. I can trust
Like,
you.
why do I like this guy?
Yeah. Okay. Has she got kids?
Yep, she's got kids. Only 2 though.
Only 2.
And they're not in the house.
No, they are at her mum's.
Right. Okay.
She had the house free, which is why she picked that night for the date, just in case.
Oh yeah.
Just in case.
What if her ex-husband is ex-SAS?
What if her ex-husband is a plumber?
Yeah, I like that a
Right.
lot. Right. That is very good.
So we'll not find out what happened with his divorce.
Yeah, well, this is exactly. So she's on the other foot now. Claudia's like, I've told you about me. What happened with you?
Yeah.
I think she just disappears.
Okay.
And he is kind of left in a state of he's questioning like what have I done for this to happen, because you got like no closure in that sense. So I think kind of the car thing and stuff like that is a lot of a safety blanket for him, and it's like him going back to what he knows, and they're like, I used to do this for my kids, I used to do this. So it's for him it's that he should really go and speak to someone. You know what I mean? He should go and have his own MOT in his head. Just
one thing, just so the listeners sort of know. So Tommy Pickles, he had a kid. He had a kid who is now...
his name was Tommy Pickles.
Tommy Pickles. He had a kid who is now 25.
Yeah.
Right? But 10 years later, he had a relationship with another woman and had 2 kids. Which one is he angry at? Or is he angry at them both? Like, in terms of the mothers of the children. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
Or maybe they both left him and that's why he's got all these issues.
Well, I just want to clear it up for whoever's listening, like, that sort of dynamic.
Yeah. Is he angry at the latest wife, maybe?
I think he's angry at the latest wife because she's the one who left and didn't give any indication as to why.
Yeah.
I think the first woman he was with, who he had the older kid with, they ended it kind of amicably.
Well, they were 15, weren't they? So it's pretty standard that a lot of them.
So they knew they were kids. It wasn't going to last anyway. But the son obviously still harbours resentment.
So what we're saying is, in terms of the relationship that Tommy Pickles has with his sort of ex-family members, his first wife, it wasn't even his wife. He had like a high school romance, had a baby. Things didn't work out. They split up, and the son resents him for that of that relationship. The second relationship, where he's had 2 kids. He split up again, so he had another divorce, but this ended like terribly. This didn't end great, and the reason why is because she just vanished and left him with the kids. And that's the resentment he has towards his current. Well, are they still married? Like, did the divorce papers go through?
Yeah, he got sent them.
Right. Okay, so she's vanished, but
still. So we know she's alive. She's not been kidnapped or anything.
Yeah.
So, but he got sent the divorce papers.
That'd be even worse then,
and
wouldn't
he
it?
just had to sign them and send them back. He didn't even get a letter saying what had happened.
Oh.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Tragic.
Yeah, and that he's just unloaded that onto Claudia.
And she would feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
So it could be a like pity shag.
It could be, and they're in her house.
Yeah, well,
So, you know,
obviously,
a lot
there's
easier
maybe
for
they. I don't want to say that every time we take someone to the house, there's implication there, but there's definitely the idea, isn't there?
Absolutely.
She's comfortable.
She's got, and how old is she, Claudia? Just for putting an age on her.
44.
44, so she's a touch older than
Touch older.
Tommy P. Oh, okay.
So obviously they're in the house. They've exchanged stories. We need to lead to this sort of prompt line, don't we? So
with the plumber.
yeah. So
Well, I was just going to say on that. Surely He's absolutely rifled this spaghetti bolognese, hasn't he? He's at it at such a speed.
I'm glad you said spag bol, mate.
yeah, that's it. Not the only thing he's going to rifle. Chow down on
ball. That's what he's waiting for.
Shag ball is very good. So he's had this shag ball, and he's at it at speed with a tiramisu chaser, and that's. I reckon it's turning in his stomach. There's something not right there.
Yeah.
Because he's a bit nervous as well.
He's nervous
about the date.
Yeah, exactly. Talking about the divorce, talking about his past.
Yeah.
That mixed with the spaghetti bolognese, cocktail for a toilet disaster, I think.
Yeah, a lot of carbs there, isn't there?
How does he say to Claudia, Claudia, may I be excused? How does he? Because obviously he's going for a shit.
He says, "Do you have an upstairs toilet?"
Yeah.
He specifies, "I need an upstairs toilet," because she's got a downstairs one.
Yeah.
And he can see it from where they're sat, but he knows that that's not going
Not
to
yet.
provide him with the distance that he needs.
And Claudia goes, "I'm sorry, cock. No, only downstairs one's working." Yeah, and that's exactly.
Have you got an outhouse, Claudia?
I'm sorry, love. No, the plumbing's just been on brink lately. So, I mean, you're happy to use the downstairs one.
Okay, Claudia, can you just fuck off for like 20 minutes?
Because I like the idea of him going using
The toilet nearby. Yeah.
Well, going using the upstairs one, which is blocked and not working. You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
That's it.
Ah,
So,
okay. So, but maybe she doesn't tell him that it's
yeah,
broken.
It's like a Dumb and Dumber sort of thing.
Yeah.
So we'll
she would assume that he's just going to have a piss.
Yeah,
because that's etiquette, isn't it, on a date?
Yeah.
He's not going to someone's house and have a shit on the first date.
Exactly.
This guy needs a shit, but he's not going to tell her that.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
he's just saying, "Where's your upstairs toilet?"
It would kill the mood.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
We'll role play it, right? So I'm Claudia. So that was a really interesting story. That I'm like,
Yeah, that's great. Have you got an upstairs toilet? I'd kind of need to use it quite urgently.
So formal. I said it quite urgently.
toilet. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. It's actually. It's not working. We've got a downstairs one. It's literally just that door.
Do you want to put some music on?
Yeah, I'll
Can
put,
we put some music on? Have you got any heavy metal?
heavy metal. Is that AC/DC tattoo on your arm?
It is.
Would
Yeah, they're my favourite band.
Oh,
Have you got any of their songs?
Yeah, my ex, he used to love AC/DC. I'll pop some on for you, no problem.
Amazing,
Yeah, just you
yeah.
go and use that toilet if you
Yeah,
want.
that's great. I'll be right back.
Okay,
Yeah, just
I'll
put
leave
that
it-
on nice and high.
I'm gonna go and find the album now. It's
Yeah,
in his vinyl collection. Okay.
So he goes into the toilet, shuts the door, waits until that music starts fucking playing,
Here's
and then I don't know any of this songs. I don't know.
he's trying to poo at the same time as everyone.
That's the thing. He's trying to poo with the beat.
It's thunderstruck. Thunder.
Yeah. So when it's the chorus, thunder. That's when he's trying to shit. You know what I mean?
So he's rushed upstairs at this point to use the upstairs
Remember,
toilet.
you know Shawshank Redemption? You know when he's trying to smash the hole in the pipe
Yeah.
in time with the thunder and lightning?
Yeah.
This is what he's trying to do. He's trying to shit in time with the highest, like the loudest bits of the song.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what I
okay.
mean? Okay.
I like that. And obviously, he's not flushed midway through. He mustn't have done. He's clogged this toilet up in some way, hasn't he?
Yeah.
For and
I think it's too much loo roll he's put down to like stop the splashback and kind of silence the noise of it. That's what he's done.
Yeah.
And it's an easy mistake to make.
He's feathered the nest a bit too
and
much.
then he's gone to like look at it and he's thought it's quite above the waterline that, and then he's pressed the flush button.
Yeah.
And immediately, his finger's not even left the flush button.
We've all been there, haven't we?
And he sees all his errors just brim to the bowl.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. And he's na 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 thunder.
And the voice of his first wife as well in his head.
Yeah.
Saying stuff like, do you really want to do car stuff? Crap she used to come out with.
Love the idea of him looking at it going, oh my God, I'm in a right pickle.
I'm in a right Tommy Pickle.
He has his own catchphrase that he says about himself.
Yeah. Full
So
strip.
he eats food, like making car noises, and when he gets in a situation, he says, "This is quite the Tommy Pickle."
But on his own. Only when he's on his own.
Fucking love this guy.
Yeah, but there's full strands of spaghetti in the toilet as well, just because he's not digested it, and he didn't even chew a lot when he was throwing it in his gob. But right, okay, toilets, it's seats everywhere, hasn't it? It's overflowed.
Oh right, so he's over the top.
Oh yeah, I think it's broke the barrier, hasn't it?
Yeah, because I think that toilet was broke anyway.
Yeah.
But if you had a piss, it's fine.
Yeah,
anything
exactly.
harder
Yeah,
than
anything
that,
hard.
It's not going to take it.
Plus, with the feathered nest of tissue
yeah.
paper, it's a cocktail for disaster.
Because that explains why she didn't warn him,
Yeah.
too much. Because
Yeah.
why would you say, yeah, you can use it, don't have a shit though?
Yeah.
I'll kill the mood.
You wouldn't even think
Yeah,
that they
you
was going to
wouldn't
do
think,
that.
would you?
Bad
Yeah,
etiquette.
She's keeping the romance, isn't she?
Yeah,
Right.
She still wants a bit of romance.
So at the start, you said he wasn't like the brightest bulb in the box. He didn't have like a very high IQ, and if you would be panicked if you flushed and it's come over the top of the water, and like a sane person and someone who's logical would be like,
Eat
I
it.
shouldn't. Well, yeah, I shouldn't press that again.
Yeah.
But through panic is like the only thing I think will work
Yeah.
is if I keep. Please just go down.
Like trying to
please.
get the lift to come.
Yeah, and he's just prodding it, and it
explodes.
The bathroom's sodden.
What he's doing that? He's like rolling his jeans up because he doesn't want to get shit.
Yeah. He's been up there a while now. Thunderstruck. He's just about to end,
Yeah.
and he's filled the bathroom up a bit. So what he does is he runs to the door, closes it behind him dead quick, goes downstairs.
Airtight bathroom.
Yeah, he's just thinking, please. Anyway, he goes downstairs, goes back to Claudia. She's got AC/DC on, and she's thinking, it's time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like obviously we both know why we're here.
Romantic music.
Yeah, whole lot of Rosie comes on.
Yeah. Do they start to make love downstairs, or is she like, my bedroom's upstairs?
I think he's about to say something about it because he's not a horrible person and
Right.
he knows he's just ruined this woman's toilet. He's
Yeah.
about to say something to her, but then she kisses him.
Right.
And then there is his penis takes over, doesn't it? And
Right.
it's like, forget about that, mate.
Yeah.
Kiss her back. So then they're kissing, and then he fall onto the couch, they're kissing there, and then she says, should we go upstairs?
Shall we change gear and take this upstairs?
God, he'd be so hard, wouldn't he?
His
She knows
mind
what he
would be
likes.
overflowing with just like plumbing like
Yeah.
metaphors
Yeah.
that he could like ram into it. But he'd say, I'd love to, Claudia, I think you're gorgeous, but I've got to be honest with you, something happens upstairs in that toilet and I can't in good conscience like do anything with you while that's still a thing, so I need to tell you something.
What is it?
I think I've blocked your toilet. It's overflowing. Like right now. I'm really sorry.
What if that really turns her on?
Well, what I reckon is that he's told her, and immediately she knows this is a disaster.
Yeah.
So it's speed dial, plumber. I need a plumber here now.
No, she's got a plumber on speed dial, a personal one that she knows for this toilet.
Is it her ex? Is it her ex fella?
Is it her ex?
Yeah, let's make it an X.
Right, it's a divorced fella who obviously
yeah.
she's not spoke to, and it's like, I need it doing now, otherwise it's going to ruin the floor and it's going to pour through the ceiling, and my house is going to be ruined.
He'll own half the house as well, so you don't want it ruined.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He paid for a lot of the furnishings in that bathroom.
Exactly.
And he'll be damned if he's going to see them ruined
By-
with another guy's shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. Right. So she gets on the blower. Tony, what's his name?
Tony Supremo.
Tony Supremo. Sorry for using your full name. I don't know why.
I know you sound like a pizza, but
Tony Supremo, I need your plumbing powers here right now. It's code red,
yeah.
code brown.
Yeah.
Get here now. Right. So rushes around in this car. What does the line say?
A plumber arrived and said, I need to start working now.
Yeah, so before it's even said hello or even registered,
Kicks the door in.
Kicks the door in. I need to start working now.
Whoa. So is this because he loves his job so much, he just wants to start working immediately? Or does he walk in, have a sniff, and be like,
No,
I need to start working?
he's got equity in that house.
Yeah, he's got.
Right.
I think she's obviously said to him, "Look, there's water seeping through the floor of the bathroom. It's going to go through to the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's going to destroy the beams of the house, basically."
Yeah.
So he knows that I've got equity. I don't want this house destroyed.
Yeah.
I need to start working now.
Yeah.
I need to start working now.
Yeah, and he runs upstairs.
Yeah.
Double stepping. You know, like missing one out. He's gone really fast.
With his toolbox as
His
well.
jangling
Jangling,
around his
yeah.
waist as he...
Well, it's late at night as well, remember?
Yeah.
What's he wearing? Because I reckon he's got the call. He's not put his outfit on. He's not put his plumber's outfit on. What would he have been wearing? Loungewear. Is he in his dressing gown? Is he in pyjamas?
He's defo in sliders.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Socks and sliders.
Socks and sliders. Jogger bottoms?
Jogger bottoms.
Jogger shorts, maybe? Or
And a white vest.
what are you
Vest.
thinking?
A
Yeah,
white
I think
vest.
it's Diard vest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. So let's just set the scene. So we've got Tommy Pickles in a pickle downstairs.
And does he say it again?
Yeah, this is an even bigger pickle. This is a real Tommy Pickle.
I thought
like,
that was a pickle.
Yeah.
This is a pickle.
She's like, not the time for jokes now, love.
Right, okay. So he's basically, the scenario is he's with Claudia downstairs. Her ex-husband is upstairs fixing a toilet overflowing with his own shit.
And I think Claudia and Tommy are still like, she's like, we can carry on, like we can still, it's fine. Like he'll do it and he'll leave.
Well, she doesn't care about him really. He's only interested in the house.
If anything, she wants to make him jealous.
Yeah. The way that marriage ended.
Yeah.
She's like,
She's just taking advantage of this situation now and turning it to her benefit by flirting with Tommy while her ex-husband is there fixing their toilets. Do you know what I mean?
Payback.
A little bit of payback.
What if like Tommy, what's the plumber called?
Tony Supreme.
Tony.
Tony Supremo's upstairs, and he's like, they're downstairs having a smooch and that, and he's up there going, fucking hell, he's absolutely soaking up here.
Yeah,
She's whispering to Tommy, he's soaking down here as well. And they're just, and she's like, all giggly about it, and he's like looking at her. Yeah, she's like, come on, let's start. And he's almost like starting to become a little bit turned off,
Right.
Also, if someone said to me at the start of having sex, let's start.
let's start. Let's.
Are you ready to start?
No, I just she's really trying to get him going. She just fires a gun in the air, or waves the flag. I know you like cars. I'm trying to get you in the mood, sort of thing.
Get your engine going.
Yeah. Let's get this engine going. Right.
Wow. He's picking up on the fact that she's trying to make her ex jealous, though. Tommy.
Yeah.
Because he's not an idiot.
He's recognising that.
Yeah.
But I reckon what we do is we stick another prompt in there now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so pick another yellow card and we'll just spice this story up further.
It started to smell of PVA glue.
Right. Well, he's obviously trying to patch it up with that. And surely. He's come out in such a rush on his plumber's belt. He's forgot. He's jangled up the stairs or on his way over. He's lost tools, and the last thing he's got in his belt is PVA glue.
He was working. He also does crafts as a hobby.
Right.
Okay.
He was working on some crafts. He walked at mid-craft. That's why he's got PVA
That's what
glue.
he grabbed.
He grabbed his craft kit instead of his plumbing kit by accident. It was like,
oh God, now my son's trying to put a model airplane together with a hammer and a spanner, and I've got his PVA glue by mistake. But he's trying to make the best of it.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? He's trying to fix it.
Because of the amount of glue that's needed upstairs, obviously.
you smell it.
You start smelling. It. Who smells it first? Is it Claudia or Tommy Pickles?
It's Tommy because he's looking for the distraction because he's getting put off by how.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be a nice twist for him to say, "Let me just go and see if he needs a hand."
Yeah. At this point, does he pop any clothes back on or? Because he is naked at this point, isn't he?
That would be such a flex to go up naked and just be like, "Do you need any help, mate?"
I know, it's so funny. Yeah, no clothes, I reckon.
He's gone up there, no clothes, not even dressing gown, maybe.
No, he's got to have something. He's put a dressing gown on.
He's put
hair dressing gown.
Her dressing gown on, right? Yeah. Okay.
Because he's not been like, if I try and get dressed in front of her, she's going to try and undress me again. I've just got to be like, let me just see if he needs an hand. And he's just ran upstairs. But then he's like, I can't look at this guy naked. So he's just grabbed her little pink frilly dressing gown, put that on, gone into the bathroom. Mate, it stinks of PVA glue in here. What's going on?
I like that. Just a little sort of thing. Because it all happened in such a rush, this sort of phone call, then he comes over. Does he actually know Tony Supremo is the ex-husband at this point?
I don't think he does.
He doesn't. Because obviously the ball's on him to sort of go in his ex-wife's dressing gown and be like, you're cleaning up my shit, mate. What's the problem? Why is it stinking
Why
blue?
is it taking you so long to clean up my shit? I'm trying to shag your ex-wife downstairs.
Yeah, so he doesn't know. He doesn't know, does he?
No,
he doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
He's naive.
He's naive. So he goes in there. What's happening? It stinks of glue. Is everything okay?
As if he said it stinks of glue, but he's just shit all over the place.
So
this bathroom stinks now.
Listen, mate, have some respect.
Yeah, he just starts sticking all the shit together so it's in one manageable chunk and moves it outside like a boulder.
He rolls it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think, how does he help him? How does the conversation go?
I imagine the toilet's exploded.
Right.
So he's trying to piece it back together with PVA glue.
Yeah.
And he's he offered him a hand to hold something maybe.
and he gets stuck.
Yeah.
That would be very good. Like, come and help me with this. Come and help me. What's your name? Tommy. Tommy what? Pickles. We're in a pickle, aren't we? You're like, just he's like, I say that.
Yeah.
Anyway, they go over. They're both helping like fix this like a broken vase. They're
Yeah.
sticking pieces of the toilet back together. The glue is strong, and they both put together the final piece, and then they are both stuck.
Their hands.
Their hands, their hands are stuck on this basin of the toilet together.
Yeah.
I like
Obviously, Claudia's downstairs. Tommy Pickles has been a while. What's going on?
that. Yeah, she's downstairs going, vroom, vroom.
Yeah. So,
You're not getting on the podium at this rate, mate. The time you're taking.
so at this point, Tommy Pickles and Tony Supremo are glued at the toilet. They're stuck in this situation.
Yeah. I imagine Tony would be like, all I say is, mate, make sure you look after her.
Well,
He's like, he's like,
Yeah.
what do you mean, like, look after her?
Yeah.
And he's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, do you know who I am? You're a plumber.
You're Tony Supremo.
Yeah. It says it on your van.
I've seen your signs.
Yeah. He goes, no, I'm not just a plumber, right? I'm a
Painter and decorator as well.
Yeah.
I'd show you me cards, but my hand's stuck.
He goes, I'm her ex-husband. I'm the father of her child.
Yeah.
And,
wow.
and Tommy's like,
I didn't know that. Yeah.
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 He's got a fucking dressing
Yeah.
gown on.
Yeah.
And then,
He's trying to like make sure it's dead tightly fastened so it like just doesn't open up.
I imagine, because Tommy's almost got the upper hand on him here, because Tony still doesn't know that is Tommy's shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
For all Tony knows, that might be hair shit.
Yeah. So exactly. So like, even though he's like, yeah,
He's used to her shit.
Yeah. He even says she's always doing this.
yeah. And then Tommy's like, yeah, I mean, she we were kissing and she said she had to go to the toilet and nip upstairs.
Yeah.
And then
So he's pinning it on
Tommy blames it. This is great.
He's like, yeah, and I thought it was so weird, and then I just think it's mad that this is your ex-wife's shit.
Yeah.
That we're essentially not swimming in, but like we are paddling in it.
The thing is as well, I think by this point Tommy Pickles doesn't see Claudia as a life partner.
No.
You know what I mean? I think he's very much turned off from her now. Like what happens? What just
I
happened?
would have seen her as a life partner by this point.
No, I think because I think if he's turning it on her now, I think he's thinking, just get me out of here.
Yeah.
I'm stuck to a toilet with a naked lady downstairs who's just doing all these car sort of sounds and analogies.
I mean, I know I did it in the restaurants, but I thought that was cute. Now she's like thinks it's a thing for me.
She's made it weirder.
She's made it
weirder.
Well, yours is a coping mechanism, isn't it? Yours is like a coping thing. Like,
For him, it was, but then she was like, oh, he must be into this, and that's why she keeps doing it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And he's obviously clocked that she's only doing it because Tony Supremo's come over. She's encouraged it even more. Right, so they're stuck at the basin. Does Tommy Pickles start making talk of like, so who if you're not with Claudia, who are you with now? And it's only the woman who's gone missing.
Right.
His wife who's gone missing. He says her name. Maybe he gets another phone call. So his right hand's glued, and with his left hand he picks up a call.
Yeah.
And he says, "Oh, you're right, babe." And they're chatting, and then he says her name. He said, "He just what could?"
What if he says? He says, "Yeah, sorry, babe, I'm just in a bit of a pickle." And then he goes, "Oh yeah, Tommy Pickle."
Yeah.
And then his wife on the phone is like,
get out.
What did you say a pickle? Yeah, the guy next to me said Tommy Pickle.
And then Tom Pickle says it again. He goes, I'm in a pickle.
Tommy Pickle, because we're stuck together. There's shit everywhere. We're in a pickle. So what was it you wanted, babe? Can you just give me a call back when you're done, right? When you're done. And he puts the phone down and he says that's weird.
Yeah.
I said she's odd. She's never like that, Tracy.
Yeah.
And he's like, he says, "Oh, Tracy, how long you been?
No, he goes Tracy. Oh, I do.
He would have heard the voice as well, though, wouldn't he?
I think he's heard the voice of it, but I think he'll go, "Oh, she's now like that, Tracy." And then Tommy Pickles goes, "Oh yeah, I used to have a ex-wife called Tracy. Actually, she left, vanished. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just like he just sort of puts it into the conversation, and he goes, What would Tony Supremo say?
Well, oh man, that sounds awful. That how long ago was that? He says, it's probably about 4 years ago now. It was 4 years ago. He says, yeah. He says, it's you kind of question, like what have you done wrong and where it all went. Because she just disappeared, and the next minute I had these settlement papers come through saying, I want to get a divorce.
So Tony Supremo hears this story, right? He hears the sort of spiel what Tommy Pickles is saying, and he goes, "Well, it's funny you should said that because Tracy left a fella a while ago. It was about 4 years because he kept making like these weird car noises. He started to make these weird sort of car noises, and it started to freak her out a bit. So she said she had to get out of it because it sort of weirded her out, and it was concerning her a bit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Claudia's downstairs, obviously revving.
Yeah.
Like she's making loads of car noises,
Yeah.
and Tony Supremo's thinking, why is she doing that? She's never. She wasn't even into cars. She hated Formula One. You know what I mean? And a penny drops. You know what I mean? Like something clicks in his head. And he's there with Tommy Pickles and he's like, You're who my wife's trying to get away from. Bear in mind, they're still glued together at the toilet at this point.
That's a ballsy move, that, isn't it? Like,
well, the only thing what can make this story even more tense is Claudia thinking, this has gone on too long, I'm going checking it out.
Yeah.
So Claudia marches upstairs, goes to the toilet. What happens? What we thinking?
Well, at the moment, they both think that is her shit in the bathroom. That's what he's told.
Yeah, that's what he's told.
So straight away, he's like, what the fuck have you been eating?
Yeah. Well, Tony Supremo's going to be in his head. It's Claudia, isn't it? So Claudia, you've got to stop doing this. I can't keep coming round dawn till dusk sorting out your shit.
yeah.
I
moved on.
Yeah, like I know that you're doing this just try to like get back at me, but it's going to ruin the house. It's going to ruin the mortgage, and ultimately we're going to miss out on money, and I don't want that. And she goes, "My shit? That's not my shit."
Yeah, I've taken enough of your shit.
Yeah, I like that. I've taken enough of your shit. It's not my shit. It's his.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, once again, still glued to each other on this toilet seat.
Well, straight away, the first thing Tony would say to Tommy is, I hope you've washed that hand afterwards.
Yeah.
Well, he did. He made it clear he washed his hands earlier.
And then he made it. No, but he would want that. He would want to know that because he wouldn't want his hands stuck to the hand of a man who's shit and not washed it.
An image, what has just come into my head is I love the idea of it's Tony Supremo's right hand glued to the toilet basin. It's Tommy Pickles' left hand glued. And they start fighting. Tony Supremo has clicked his thought, this is your shit. My wife's trying to get away from you, and you just blamed it on my ex-wife, you bastard. And he's trying to punch him. But they're obviously it's a horrible fight.
And obviously Tommy's like, you're the prick who fucking Tracy ran away with.
Yeah.
So fuck you. He tries to fight back.
I like it. Yeah.
So they're both punching with the same.
And bearing in mind, Claudia is now commentating on it like a Formula One commentator, saying, "So Tony Supremo's got the upper hand now, but now it's Tommy Pickles coming through with the uppercut. He's getting really tense in the bathroom now."
And also, it's like, but she likes it a bit because they're fighting almost over her. Yeah. She likes it a bit.
I think she's trying to advance things further. It's like, I've got my ex-husband here. I've got this new flame. They're both in a position like. She's a bit of a dominatrix, this lady.
They're vulnerable because they can't move, can they?
Well, it's like...
What if, right, because they're obviously punching each other, she grabs hold of the PVA glue, right, covers herself in it, right, absolutely like, right, it's everywhere, and then she grabs their spare hands and just whacks them on her chest, right, okay. So they've got hands on the toilet, and then they've got a tit each.
But their hands are bent behind the back, if you think about it, because the left and right hand is on the toilet, so their arm is stretching back, so they're like chicken-winged.
Yeah.
Both arms are chicken-winged, so they're in pain.
And she's like, with her back to them, just leaning forward on her knees, but loving it, like,
Okay. So how long we got left?
We've got a bit of time. I'll clip it all together. Go on, keep going.
I reckon Tommy, because both of his hands are glued, right, but he still wants to fight this guy, he suddenly remembers he's got a club foot. And then he utilises that club foot and knocks him out completely. So poor Tony, he's come round to clean up someone else's shit, and now he's just like... just unconscious, but suspended between the toilet and his ex's tit. He's like,
That's where I want to go.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's funny. That's funny.
But he needs to get away, doesn't he? He needs to get out of this situation. I think.
Tommy?
Yeah, so he needs to get out. But I
Right,
think,
no, right. Sorry, go on.
yeah, so I think she's glued herself that much that she's like dried solid.
Like a cement.
Yeah, she's dried solid.
I love the
Frozen
fact that
solid.
she's frozen solid. She's just glued solid. Obviously, Tony Supremo is suspended. He can't do anything. He's suspended like that. Tommy Pickles manages to sort of wriggle his hand away from the glue. He sort of like uses maybe, is there a tool in the room which he's managed to like chisel his hand
Maybe
away?
he's just got no skin left on his hand.
Yeah, right. Because what I'm thinking is, he's managed to get his hand off this toilet basin. She's glued still, and Tony Supremo's stuck. The last call he made was to Tracy,
Yeah.
and she said, "Call me back when you get out of here." He runs outside. He's still in Claudia's dressing gown. Does he make the phone call, or does he? I'm just trying to go full sort of detective here. Tony Supremo's suspended. He takes his iPhone. He unlocks it, Face ID.
Yeah.
Goes on the phone. They have Find My iPhone. They have like a family sharing, know where each other's location is. Because at this point, he doesn't know where she lives.
Yeah.
No.
Either that, or he's took a business card and it's to his home address. Either or, he goes to Tracy. He goes to Tracy's house.
Right.
Does he even take Tony Supremo's van? Does he have? Is he?
I think he takes pictures of them two together as well.
Yeah, like, look what I just found.
Suspended.
Yeah.
Look what filthy perversion this man is.
Like,
You know,
she's dried that much
women.
like her hair's out to the side.
Yeah.
Like, that's so much glue.
It looks like an in motion picture.
Yeah.
But like, and she's actually shiny.
So it's basically, he's trying to get evidence of him and his ex-wife together again. He's got the phone. He's going, right, I've found where she lives. I'm going to go and find her, show her this. We're going to get back together. He's obviously still hurting because she left him and vanished. And his kid's going to be there who he's not seen for a long time.
Yeah.
It's
4 years she said before.
4 years.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the night. He drives over in Tony Supremo's van. He gets to the front door. What happens? Does he bang on? Does he give it a call? What does he do? Is he throwing stones at the window?
What remind us of the last line? What the last line?
Well, I was thinking of that. The bouquet of flowers wasn't enough is the last line.
Right. So obviously, over his time, he sort of realised that offering her kettles and air fryers and God knows what isn't a way to show romance. He's like, I know what she wants.
Well, that's the thing, because he's just been thinking about his time with Claudia and how she was doing all the car stuff, and that ended up putting him off. So he was like, maybe I need to start thinking outside the box in terms of how I approach women. Why don't I try something like flowers? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, okay, yeah.
Which is it's picked on the way home.
He's there you
Picked
go.
them on the way home. It's a romantic gesture.
Yeah.
So he's on the way back.
But when he tries to give it to them, they're stuck to his hands because of the glue, so she can't actually get the bouquet of flowers out of his hand. So he's still fucked up.
Yeah. So
And
what
that's why it wasn't enough. The bouquet of flowers wasn't enough. Would that be the ending?
I think
I like that. I think I'm trying to think of if he was at the front door, would they have any kind of like interaction? You know what I mean?
She'd be
Because
so shocked.
So obviously he's in the dressing gown. Flowers glued to his hand. There's a ring doorbell.
Oh.
She's talking to him via the ring doorbell.
Nice.
You know, like on
wow, that is sad.
Yeah. So it's like I know that it's you, Tommy. I know that it's you. I don't know why you dress the way that you are.
Are you all right?
But what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
My ears are full of glue.
Yeah. Can you just come to the door, please? Because I can't hear you. It's
My
not
ears
fair,
are
this.
ringing from the death metal that
Yeah.
he was playing when I had the shit.
Thunderstruck,
She was
yeah.
like, what do you mean? It was like, oh, it's a whole thing.
And
It's
what
just
if-
come out?
But he's like, but I've got something I want to show you. I've got something I want to show you.
What if instead of her answering the door, she says, right, I'll talk to you through the letterbox, right? And he lifts the flap and it's just her lips, right? Not even her eyes, just her lips. And it's his lips, the either side of the letterbox. And he's just like, I just don't understand. Like, you didn't say anything. Like, you just left.
Yeah.
And she was like, you know why? I told you time and time again, the car thing was getting too much, right? You were driving me insane, and I thought,
You're doing it as well.
I thought you've got to stop doing this, and I knew you weren't, so I just figured the best thing to do was to leave, and his lips on the other side.
You were obsessed with the military. You couldn't get in, you know.
Yeah,
Now you knew you're obsessed with cars, and it's just too many obsessions. You know what I mean?
I get it. I do get it, but it was just too much, and I needed to leave, and I didn't want to look back. And he goes, right, well, I think there's something you should see.
Shows of the.
Yeah.
He goes, can you just open the door? She opens the door, and he has the phone there, and it's her current husband's phone with him glued to the toilet and also to his ex-wife.
Yeah.
Tit.
Yeah, it's it, glued, stuck together.
Yeah.
A bit of a controversial here, and don't spoil the end. Maybe he decides that the flowers were never enough, and maybe it's like a bit of a sort of a learning for him, the whole story, where he's like, you know what? No,
I love that. So right, okay. So instead of it, right. So he knows that he's got everything here to destroy her life. He's got everything.
Yeah, her marriage.
Her marriage. She said to him, obviously, she needed to get away. You was the problem. Like, I just can't do it. Like, quite an emotional scene.
Sure.
And then in his head, he thinks, right, I've got this here, this phone. I've got her husband's phone with him glued to his ex-wife in a very precarious position. If I show this to Tracy now, I end her life. But I do love her a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give her these flowers. And what's the last line?
The bouquet of flowers wasn't enough.
The bouquet of flowers wasn't enough. Yeah, oh.
So then he gives her the flowers, but it's not closure. He still loves her. That's why the bouquet of flowers aren't enough. He thought that would be the closure. I've done a romantic thing. There you go. Then she takes it, and he's like, fuck, I still miss her.
Yeah, but the bouquet of flowers wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And it's a sad ending for Tommy Pickles. I think that's brilliant.
I think that's good.
I think that is brilliant.
I think that would be like a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah,
You know?
100%.
Yeah.
I thought the twists and turns in that just kept getting better and better for me.
That was great.
I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of links, wasn't there?
The image of a woman totally like mummified in PVA glue is superb.
The image, like, it just built and built and built. And bearing in mind, this happened over one evening.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't like...
And it was the fastest drying PVA glue in the world as well.
Yeah.
Like PVA glue usually takes 24 hours.
Famously slow drying.
Like you said, she's absolutely basted herself in the stuff. That's what she's really wanted to go to town with this glue.
Yeah, maybe she thought it was lube. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she thought, oh, I'll turn him on.
She's like, her hands were getting like really fast, and they started slowing down, and then she was like,
Wait a minute.
"Fuck."
Lads, what's wrong with this?
And the fact that the imagery of Tony Supremo suspended between a toilet basin
And a tit.
Oh my God, that is
Knocked out.
Yeah, knocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Club foot to the face.
I cannot wait to see what
He
AI,
looks like he's doing
AI does.
Thriller.
AI does. Whatever Lewis puts into this AI, I cannot wait to see it.
Yeah.
Mate, yeah. Well, what we usually do once we've done an episode is we just take a little break, and after the break we'll think about what the soundtrack for this film would be,
Nice.
what the poster would look like, and a title.
Okay.
For this story / film. Okay, so we will be back very soon.
Just a little bit.
So Adam,
Hello.
how did you find that?
I found that just as great as the first time you asked me. Thanks.
For those listening and watching, I hadn't hit record when we've just done like a good 5-minute convo with jokes. It was raucous. It was mint. But we're gonna do it
Harry
again.
genuinely has a boss joke that you'll never hear.
And
It's
that's
such
why
a
we should do
shame.
live shows.
Yeah, I appreciate that, mate. Thank you.
But yeah, how did you find doing the AllMadeUp pod?
I found it very enjoyable and very interesting and very fun. And I'm going to suggest the title straight away.
Go on.
Forgot to hit record.
Oh, here we go. Fucking hellfire. I'm gutted. I'm actually gutted because it was fire. It was mint.
It's all right, mate.
Yeah, well, the episode was fire, can't it? Yeah. This could be fire as well.
I think it's got to be something like car related, like that idea of just like it goes off road, like the whole evening it's not gone to plan, has it?
Yeah, going off road is a good one.
But he's like driving me wild,
Driving in the fast lane, driving in the...
driving in the shite lane. No,
Yeah, because there was the shit element as well, wasn't there?
you go shit in your carburetor.
Shit up and drive. You know, like the
Shit
Rihanna
up and drive.
Spaghetti carburettor. Something like that.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti carburettor.
Right.
You instead of spaghetti carbonara.
You got to shit in your carburettor.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
But what did you say? Shit up and drive.
Shit up and drive, like
Shit
the
up and drive.
Rihanna song. Shit up and drive. But I think we can do better.
I think we do better than that.
Yeah.
I think we do better than that.
I wish I was good at puns. You know the way people can just do puns off
Yeah.
the top of their head? I have to think for about an hour and
Well,
then I think of an alright pun.
It was Ben who came up with
Blood is thicker than mortar.
Blood is Thicker Than Mortar, which
very
is a
good.
brilliant title.
Andy asked us to record it again with him thinking of the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. While we're thinking about the title, why do we not think of a soundtrack? What could the
Yeah.
soundtrack of this be? If you was watching a trailer to this story, what would be the song?
Oh, it's got to be an AC/DC song.
Is it Thunderstruck, or is that just something that we're hearing in the episode?
Well, I've never heard AC/DC. I don't really listen to like heavy metal. But I don't know, the only thing I can... Enter Sandman is the heaviest song I've ever
Like by
listened
Metallica?
to. Yeah.
I
don't know if that
Well, it doesn't have to be that. It can be
No,
nice
it
when it juxtaposes the
Yeah.
actual action. Like I'd just be thinking of a song. Yeah, just think of.
But
any
what
song.
about Clubfoot by Kasabian?
By Kasabian.
By Kasabian?
Yeah.
Is that how it goes?
I reckon that's got quite a bit of momentum.
Yeah.
That has a
Like the
trailer.
car. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see the trailer, couldn't you, for it with that?
Like really close cuts of things.
Fighting.
Yeah.
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 Fighting him, getting knocked
One,
out.
take control of me.
Yeah.
You're messing with the
And
enemy.
she's drying slowly.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
bit where he's mashing the fucking flusher, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to, that
Do you
does
remember-
sound good.
Do you remember the advert where it was like you wouldn't download, you wouldn't
steal a car.
steal a car?
Yeah.
That sort of quick cutting, like
Yeah,
grungy sort of
Yeah.
edit for this with Clubfoot in the background.
Yeah.
Like you said, he's smashing the toilet. He's underneath the car, like fixing stuff,
Yeah.
rifling his spaghetti,
Yeah.
tiramisu down in one.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that is so good.
And do you know the way in trailers there's always like a quiet bit and then you hear a really salient plot point and then it builds up again.
Yeah.
It would be when Tony Supremo was talking to Tracy on the phone and he realised, fuck, that's my ex-wife.
Yeah.
That's where the music would dip. And then when they start fighting, that's where it would build up again. You know what I mean?
Yes,
And then it would
I
cut to
like
something
that.
else.
Okay, so we've got the soundtrack then.
Right,
Clubfoot by Kasabian.
Yeah.
And the poster, because this might give us a hand with the title. I think having the image of them glued to the toilet and the woman would be eye-catching.
In the foreground of the shot is the toilet basin, and then behind that is them two with their arms like that, and then stood behind is Claudia. So you've got like the levels to the shot. It goes like toilet,
Yeah.
Tony and Tommy Pickles,
Yeah.
lady, and then their hands like that behind them as well. That's
Yeah.
one option.
Covering
So you've got,
into
like, the-
areas.
it's-
Covering her
So
tits.
it's just like the back of her head you're seeing.
No, so this is like a front shot.
Oh,
so
right.
she's facing the camera. They're all
With you.
facing the camera, but we're shooting from behind the toilet, and then their hands are obviously on her
Yeah.
baps.
Jebs.
Yeah, chesticles. But yeah, that's an option.
Yeah.
That is an option.
Is there an option with like Pritt stick and gear stick? I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of like.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of different types of glue.
Well, I'm
Super. PVA.
stuck in the middle with poo. That could be good.
That's funny. Yeah.
Stuck in the middle with poo because of obviously
Yeah,
stuck
yeah.
to the toilet. I quite
Stuck
like
in the
it.
middle of poo.
Stuck in the middle of poo.
Stuck in the middle with poo. I think that's
I
yeah.
think
I think
that
that's-
could. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I
Stuck in
think
the
that's
middle with
it.
poo.
Stuck in the middle with poo.
Are you okay with that?
I'm happy with that.
Right,
Yeah.
so we've got Stuck in the Middle with Poo, Clubfoot by Kasabian, and then we've got an idea of what the poster might look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
The only other thing we'd need is if you've got any lines for future episodes that you'd like to put in. So this could be a line related to your story.
Okay.
So just to kind of...
Would it be one of the end
Be
of ones
anything.
or the,
Anything.
any of them?
It could be a finishing line, a prompt line, or an opening line.
Well, how much is that going to cost?
Oh,
So I like that.
Yeah.
Officer.
I like that a lot.
how much is that going to cost, officer? Like that.
Because I like last lines that are kind of like cliffhangers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
a last line, but you can imagine what the next bit would be. At least
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
your imagination.
Oh, no, that's great. That's great.
Sweet.
And what I'd also say is for all you listening, just a reminder that you can also submit and send in your prompts, first sentences, last sentences, and have them read out by our guest that we have on, and have your little feature on the All Made Up podcast. So keep getting involved with that because the ones that have been sent in have been great. They've been very, very funny. But apart from that, I think that's
it.
That's a wrap. Thank you very much for coming, Adam. Thank you for being on the pod.
This is fun. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
And that has been All Made Up with Adam Staunton.
It's all made up again. Yeah. It's all